So we joined in and did what they asked us to do, and it's become a very, very lucrative business. So we sell to landscapers only. We do not sell to the public. We have lots of people come by here, but we don't sell to the public. And most of our sales are landscapers who come by here and pick it themselves. They come in here and they know what they want, so they go down and Lance will get it for them, or they'll pick it out themselves, bring the tags up to the greenhouse, and we make them a ticket, and away they go. So it's been very, very, very nice. We do a lot of most of the country clubs in St. Louis, Busch Stadium, Maristar, a lot of the big people, landscapers, come in here and get their material. St. Louis Children's Hospital downtown, in their garden that they have on their rooftop, they get all their stuff here. We started with the woman who designed that. She was a personal friend of ours, and she came over and said she wanted to do this job, wanted to know if we would help her out with it. So she started with us, and they have continued it. So I guess it's doing well for down there. Other than landscapers, we don't do hardly anything with retail shops anymore. They get all their flowers sent in by air as a conglomerate. Several of them go together and buy an order, and then they divvy it up when it comes. So we do very little. We do hardy mums in the fall. We do a lot of fundraisers. Churches we used to sell Easter lilies, but we dropped out of that because you couldn't make enough for what you had to do to have them, because the churches are using less and less. When the churches would use 100 of them, maybe they end up using 25. So that was not worthwhile delivering and everything else. But we do poinsettias. We have poinsettia sales. We have mum sales also. Right now, for Mother's Day and Easter, it's mostly basket sales. Missouri Baptist is a big one. Figure Skating Club does another big one. Other than that, it's just a going business as it's been now for several years. We're just doing the bedding plants and the nursery stock. The nursery stock has become very big. There aren't very many of us left. We're the only ones left in Decatur except Yost. And he grows mostly perennials. He doesn't grow any of the geraniums and things, I don't think.
Can you tell us about your lobbying days as a lobbyist in D.C.?
Actually, we would go up there. We'd go to our senators in our House of Representatives. We'd have appointments with them. It's been so long now since we've been up there that Bob Young, who's one of the guys that we always went up to see, and one year we weren't up there, and he actually called here and got my son, and he said, "Where's your mom?" He said, she's up in Washington, D.C. someplace. Well, he said, they had a meeting with me, and they didn't show up, and that's very unusual. We wondered what happened to them. So he called, he says, "Mom, Bob Young's looking for you." Well, when you're in Washington, it's fine, you may have a meeting, but if something else comes up and you're called to do something else, you go. So that's what happened there. But then we'd have a huge reception one night, and you'd have it in the Cannon Building, we always got the Cannon Building because it was the biggest, and we had one of the bigger ones. And we put on a reception, and you invite everybody, and that's how you do your lobbying, because you get to lobbying with your senator or with your representative.
And how
We
many?
knew Bob Young would never be on our side, but then he was willing to talk with us, which was great.
How many presidents have you seen over the years?
5. We were with Ronald Reagan, Bush, Ford, Carter. Should have been one more, shouldn't there?
Clinton, maybe? No.
No. I can't think who the other one might have been.
Nixon?
Nixon, he said, maybe?
No, not Nixon.
So your business is thriving now.
Yes, the sad part of it is we don't have anybody in the family that wants to take on. Naturally, my daughter isn't. Her children will not. And our son's son is not capable of it either. So there won't be anybody carrying it on. When John retires, that's it. So I guess DePere will be happy about that. They can get rid of all of us.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, that's the way it is today. If you don't have anybody, it's gone. Up goes the bank. So,
In the meantime, everyone's doing well.
oh yes, everything's going well, we're doing well, we're just now starting to get people to buy things. The ground is still too, it's still too cold. And you have to wait for the barn swallows to come back. The swallows have come back. So they come in, a scout comes in, and he checks it out to make sure everything is fine. And if it is, and he goes back to the flock and he tells them, it's all okay, guys, we can go. And then they all come in, and they have come in. So that means spring is here, finally. And after Easter week, spring will always be here, because that's kind of the last week of dreary weather. But I know, I understand though, on Easter, if it rains for 6 Sundays. So watch it. If it rains this Sunday, prepare yourselves. Because it has happened, trust me.
Well, that's
But other than that, my son and his wife basically are running it. I still do the bookwork, but they're running it. So.
Thank you for sharing.